Hello everybody, in this video I'm going to share with you gameplay from a new VR game. I played this on the Oculus Quest 2 and it's called Captain ToonHead versus the Punks from Outer Space. Now basically this game is a cartoonic style, a game that involves first person shooting and tower defense. So if you're kind of a fan of both of them, well, you are on for a treat. Now the game follows the story. I'm just going to read it now from the description. After the squad sent by the World Treaty for Freedom, WTF, got fried in the burrito incident, it falls to Elliot Salazar, the cartoon-obsessed space janitor and only survivor to save Earth. There's a new captain on board, Captain ToonHead, the hero we got stuck with. Now when you start the game, you're going to have a tutorial that will teach you the basics of, well, how to play.
Okay, now to pick up all the scraps. And now to install a pristine new stainless porcelain throne.
So as you can see here, the UI looks really nice, very big and clear, and this is very important, especially in this game. We can actually remote control certain locations where you want to build different defense systems. Now the game follows also a story and also have kind of the Borderlandish style humor, which I like, by the way. Give the game kind of its own unique and interesting characteristics.
What have you done, Private? You are only halfway there and all our soldiers are dead!
I can fix it, sir. You can count on me.
Pardon me if I don't share your optimism, Private.
Sir, I'm a janitor.
I'm well aware, Private.
And we're going to a trash planet, sir.
I'm not following what you... Oh. Anyway, we don't have time or personnel for another attempt. Do your duty, Private.
Private Salazar, you have been promoted to captain of this mission.
There's also a training mission, very short, just to explain to you the basics of the game, where you can find those hotspots where you can actually build defensive structures. Then you can actually transform your hammers to your weapon and actually shoot enemies. You also can use the hammers to collect those scraps in order to be able to... This is kind of the currency for being able to build more structures as well. And once your structures perform well, you can actually upgrade them for free by just pointing at them and pressing the A button to upgrade. Now you start with, of course, the first mission and you progress. You have very linear progression. Of course, difficulty increases, but of course you can also upgrade your items. I'm going to show you the upgrade screen in a moment. This is, by the way, the first mission. I'm just going to give you a sneak peek so you can actually see how the first mission looks like and plays like.
Around the ship to fake a delivery, I guess it can work for this too. Uploading the design to your hammers now.
Now each round actually consists of several waves, and of course you need to complete all waves in order to finish. Those little cubes you need to save as many as possible because enemies will try to snatch them. But if you were able to save the more the better, because if you're able to save them, you can actually use those cubes in order, their energy actually, to upgrade your different upgrades for your weapons, your structures. So make sure you try to save as many as possible. This is another level. I want to talk about several things. First of all, if you want to spawn, you see I'm just spawning on other structures. You can't free move here and there's no teleportation, on the ground. The only thing you can do to move between different places is just spawning on other defensive structures that we actually put. So sometimes it's better to put them strategically so you can actually move and get closer to enemies before they get very, very close to your cubes. The other thing is you can press the B button, for example, you just climb up and have a vantage view, which allows you to get, if you're a bit disoriented, to see everything from above where enemies are located. And you can also do structure upgrade as well, because some of them might be a bit hidden, because again sometimes it's the path is actually curved and you can actually see all the structures you actually put from one vantage point on the ground in first person perspective. Now, one thing that I want to notice, when you start playing it, the first weapon, the guns that you get, shoot when they are not upgraded, they only shoot like if you press the trigger. This can lead to insane hand fatigue, and it was very annoying for me. However, the first upgrade you're going to get is actually what that actually turns your pistol into auto shooting mode. So you don't actually need to press a lot of time. I actually play many VR games where we need to press each time you shoot bullet, and you need to press so many times and fast, and this is just a terrible experience. So just so you know, when you start playing it, there is an option for auto shooting when you get your first upgrade for your weapon. Now, as I told you, when you finish a level, depends on how many cubes you actually saved, you're gonna get those and you can actually use it to upgrade your gear. This is very important because without this you won't be able to survive in more difficult levels.
Okay. Oh, going up now.
Alright, that's all about the upgrades. So when you go to the right, you're gonna have a room where you can actually upgrade your stuff, and again, this is very important, so make sure you pay attention to that. So you can see here the different upgrades. As you can see, the cost, you see the cubes at the top. So I-14, I can actually use it to upgrade. You need to upgrade it linearly, so you start from the bottom and then continue upgrading up. So also take a look at which items you want to unlock, what you think actually can be useful for you. And just upgrade from the bottom up, and of course the points, the cubes. So you have a limited amount, but you're gonna get more as you progress. Just make sure that you try to save as many cubes as possible in order to have more of this currency to upgrade your gear.
That upgrade is not yet available. Execute all the improvements below it. Great choice, Captain.
Now the game features many cool enemies, each one with its own unique things. Some of the enemies fly, some of them move fast on the ground. Of course, you have different things to actually counter that. For example, you can freeze enemies, so if they move fast, you can slow them down. And it's just, kind of a combination of things that you need to take care of. For example, there are some flying enemies that are going to heal enemies below them. So you first need to make sure that you eliminate them, because if not, they're just going to get healed and they're going to go and just steal your cubes. You have time to react, by the way, even if they steal your cubes, although there are some surfaces on the ground, purple surfaces, where actually if the cube lands there and maybe you eliminate an enemy and the cube stay there, it won't actually spawn back. And actually cubes, after some time, which you can upgrade to make it faster, will automatically spawn back near your place, the original place they actually were located. But again, if you upgrade this option in the upgrade menu, they're going to spawn faster. But there is an area where if they land there, they won't be able to spawn back. So you need to keep an eye on that. And by the way, the reason you see me actually shaking the guns is because they actually can get overheat. So you need to kind of shake them in order to cool them down. Pretty cool mechanic to balance the automatic shooting. Yeah, that's the reason I actually did it. Now, one of the things that I really like, you can actually ride on those structures you actually build and deal tons of damage. This is very good to use when you have tons of enemies, you really want to get rid of them very, very fast, or when things just get really fast out of control.
Captain, look at the back of your hand. The Toon Ride bar is fully charged and ready to use. To ride the Toonret you are sitting in, put both of your hands up above your head. It also works for the pizza rocket. Try it.
Well, in this case, I just activated it too early. There are no enemies actually to shoot. But yeah, it's really cool. It did a lot of damage. I'm going to show you more of how it works in a moment. Okay, are you ready? Here we go.
Firing up! Remember that!
Now this ability charges, I think it's like 2 minutes, something like that. Don't get me on this exact number, but again, you can actually use it from time to time, which is great, especially again when I got to see many enemies that maybe I needed to upgrade something. It just kind of compensate for the maybe if you upgrade things wrong, you can have this ability to really attack fast and clear enemies where you otherwise probably would lose many of your little bodies cubes or maybe even fail the mission.
Yield of powder! That'll show him.
Stupid though. Just look for its weak points.
So overall, it's an amazing first-person slash tower defense game. Of course, the focus is on tower defense, but it's really fun where you can actually take active and actually shooting. The abilities are really good. They're really cool upgrades you can actually use. Fun and challenging levels, beautiful visuals, cool humor. So overall, I was really impressed and definitely recommend trying this game out. The visuals are a bit overwhelming, especially when you try to locate the enemies, which kind of sometimes quite small. But again, if you spawn on different defensive structures, you can see them bigger, of course. But again, just feels a bit overwhelming with the design. Another thing is that I didn't like is I get some disorientation when spawning on turrets because I actually expect to to be looking at the direction I'm actually just spawned on the turret, but it's actually, I think, reset to look at the front of where the turret is actually facing. Something that can be a bit of disorienting. Maybe this can be optimized in an update, but overall, in general, it's just a fantastic, fantastic tower defense game in virtual reality. Yeah, so make sure you check out the game if you enjoy what you're seeing in this video. If you have any question, let me know in the comment section below. I'll do my best to answer you as fast as possible. Yeah, until next video, consider subscribing to my channel and give this one a little like if you want to learn more about upcoming and new virtual reality games. On my channel, Spooky Fairy, make sure you subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching, everyone. Cheers. Bye-bye.
Janine, can we get in touch with Earth?
What happened, Elliot? And what is that smell?